Hey everyone, I am Superstar Director Becca Levie with Scentsy Family Fragrance Company, and I have been asked to put a rumor to bed. Is it true that when I started Scentsy 6.5 years ago that I was not a fan of scent? That is totally 100% true. In fact, my husband and I had and still do several successful businesses. And at one point we had a candle company, a gel candle company, and I had actually quit making candles and we sold that company because scent bothered me. It really bothered me. So I did not use candles or fragrance or most perfumes, and I have really sensitive skin. So I stayed away from a lot of wonderful products. But when Scentsy came across my path, I was, like I said, busy with our other businesses. I had currently served as Mrs. Utah, and I had written 2 books, and I was speaking and working with women in prison, and I had a very full, busy life, and I lived out in the middle of nowhere. But one thing that I have learned in my life is to always ask, I very much believe in God and Christ, and I always have asked, what is the next best step in my life? And I had been kidnapped and abandoned as a child. I had had a very difficult early years, and so I was a victim for a long time, and I had a lot of baggage and a lot of poor me and a lot of self-pity. But I also had a inkling, a little teasing in my soul that I was born for greatness, and I really believe that all of us were born for greatness. I think it was Martin Luther King who said, everyone was born for greatness. Not necessarily fame or fortune, but for greatness, because greatness is determined by service. So I had really been saved and lifted up, and I really could see that when I turned my life over to the man upstairs and said, I know you can make more of my life than I can, then he started all these wonderful things happening in my life, and my pain was turned to purpose, and I had a real passion for making a difference in people's lives. And so I was having all these great experiences doing things that I never dreamed of doing, and quite frankly was frightened every time I would kind of get that inspiration that said, go for Mrs. Utah, or write this book, or go and try to help women in prison. I was terrified every step of the way. But by this point, I had I had said, okay. I went shaking and trembling and spitting and slobbering on people, I felt like, and no deodorant would work. But what I learned through this process of showing up is that who God calls, He qualifies. And so as I was praying, hey, just always let me be ready for the next best step, Scentsy came across our radar. Callie Petticord, my beautiful daughter who works Scentsy with me now, she was at college, and she was like a poor, starving student, and you know how that is. Mom, I need money for food. Mom, I need money to give Christmas presents away. Could you get me these fabulous Scentsy warmers, because I think they would make the best gift for everybody. And so long story short, we ended up getting those from Dorothy Thurman, and I'm so grateful for her, and she ended up sponsoring me. And it was about 3 weeks. And this is a really good tip, and I'm sorry if it's taking a long way roundabout to get to what's happening here and how you can sell Scentsy, even if you don't like scent. So anyway, so we got the warmers from Dorothy and the products for Callie to give away. And smart move on Dorothy's part was I had gotten, I think, 8 warmers. And with each warmer, she had made a flyer that said, hey, have a party, earn product for free, or sign up and sell Scentsy like me, basically. And there was a special going on that Scentsy had for hostesses. So it said, if you want to take advantage of these extra special offers, then you need to do it by New Year's Eve. And so I remember, because I was in business for myself, thinking this lady who's now my dear friend, but at that time, I was thinking she's put time and money, ink, paper to do these flyers. I'm in business. I know how I know what that takes. So I'm going to make sure that each of these flyers get in each warmer box. So I actually folded up the flyers, put them in the warmer box because, and I hope you'll do that too, that you brand yourself, putting a label on your warmers and your stuff inside the box, because you never know when it's a gift and who's going to open it up, and you want them to be able to have that information. So anyway, she had done that, and so as I'm wrapping up all of these boxes for Callie and making sure that I'm putting these flyers in there, I'm seeing this go across my radar. And I'm thinking, I will never, ever do this. First of all, I'm not going to do parties, and I'm certainly not going to do candles. If I was going to do that, I would have kept my own business, but I don't like scent. And so as those were out of the house and on their way, I just kind of felt that little feeling in my heart. It's, if you've ever kind of just felt those inspirations or promptings or suggestions from above, you know what I'm talking about. And I just kept feeling that feeling drawn that I needed to sell Scentsy. And in my brain, it made zero sense. No sense at all, you know, because I was out there sharing my story, helping people overcome their challenges, because life is hard for everybody, and I was, you know, speaking and traveling, and I felt like the Lord was telling me, stop and get involved with Scentsy. And like I said, I'm thinking, this doesn't make sense, but He doesn't usually always make sense. So I said to myself, okay, I'm going to give this 30 days trial. For the next 30 days, I'm going to plug in warmers for 3 to 5 people a day. Now, the few people who did know me, they said, Becca, what are you doing selling Scentsy? You don't like scent. You sold your own candle company. This doesn't make sense. And so what I would tell them is, because it's true, I'd say, you know what, 97% of homes and offices use scent. That leaves 3% of us who really don't care for scent. Am I going to let my needs be selfish and not share this splendid, safe, beautiful, economical, when you do the price comparisons, opportunity with other people just because I'm not crazy about scent? That would be pretty selfish, because 97% of the people are the majority and they want what Scentsy has. Scentsy is a $2.3 billion industry. And besides that, Scentsy is more than just wax and warmers. And that's what God knew that I didn't know. That by becoming a Scentsy consultant and by doing the hard things it takes to build a business, and by sponsoring other people and helping them start their own Scentsy business, I was changed. I've gained so much confidence. I still do. I still, as you know, if you watch my Scentsy 30-day Excuse Buster Challenge, you know that I'm continually going up against, you know, my little fears and doubts and pushing through, and then being excited that I'm still growing and still gaining confidence and still mastering things. So, you know, I'm so good at this, just talking, and totally forget where I'm at. So let's just start somewhere, right? So I decided that, oh yeah, so Scentsy's more than just warmers and wax. I found out that I changed, that I grew, unlimited income potential, and the people that I know, and many of you watching this, I hope that you're my wonderful Scentsy friends and family, because some of you are my very dearest friends that I never would have if it wasn't for Scentsy. And some of you I'm getting to know as you watch some of my other videos, and you're nice enough to private message me or post down below on Facebook, and I'm getting to know you and you're sharing your journey with me. And I love you. I love people who are taking life by the horns and who are facing their fears and going for it, because nobody just is successful. Every one of us has to just buck up every day and say, I want this more than I want my fear. I want this more than I want to keep my excuses. I want to be happy more than I want to be comfortable. But here's the thing, as we do things, we get more and more comfortable. So if you are thinking about selling Scentsy and you're thinking, it's just candles and wax, how could that really change people's lives, and how could that really make money? I'm telling you, it's a $2.3 billion industry, and people make a lot of money at this. But they also make a lot of friends, and they just, it's very fulfilling. And second of all, if you don't like it, that's okay, because you don't have to use it to share it with the 97% of those people who love fragrance, who are looking for something fabulous. So anyways, that's kind of in a nutshell my experience. And I have to say that as time over these 6.5 years, there are a few scents that I just really love and I enjoy, and I use. And Snowberry is one of my favorites, and there's only a couple that I can handle, but oh, I'm so grateful for those ones that I do. Anyways, if you're not a Scentsy consultant and you're looking for a sponsor, hey, I would love to work with you. And if you are, keep working at it. And or if you aren't, and if somebody showed you this video, please, that's the person you need to sign up with. I'm just saying, if someone, you just found this randomly, because we in Scentsy, you're going to get training and support from everybody. So sign up underneath the person who is gracious enough to share the opportunity with you. And hope you see you on another video, and at our fabulous incentive trips and our Scentsy family reunion that we have every year. So thank you. Bye.